Can I take your order? What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Leek, you feel me, coming at y'all with another reaction video, man. Now look, 7 p.m. Central Time, daily uploads, guys. You already know what time it is. If you're not here on time, I'm going to teach you a valuable lesson, and it's just that simple. So you better be here on time. But I appreciate the support nonetheless. Guys, video is called Impossible to Debunk UFO Events, guys. You know, they be trying to say it's extraterrestrials out here, guys, and that the government just won't release them. You know, we had that one event that happened in, I think this was like 2022. Some mall event or something like that. And they said it was like aliens, like, or some shit, like 7-foot tall creatures walking around. I don't know, guys. So, who knows? Who knows, guys? But let's see what this video talk about. I got my Burger King headset, as you can see. Let's get the video cooking, man.
Let's start with the ones that are incredibly difficult to debunk and work our way towards the ones that are impossible. Number 5, the tic-tac UFO. In April of 2020, the US government released these videos showing a pill-shaped UAP speeding above the ocean near San Diego, California. Not only was this criminal breaking the law by speeding, they were also flying completely recklessly. It went from high speeds to a complete stop, hovered in place, then instantly accelerated faster than any known jet in existence, dropping from 80,000 feet to sea level within a second. As you can tell, the quality is absolutely terrible. But don't worry.
Why every time we need some fucking evidence of some it's 20, bro. It's 2020. It's 2025. Why every time we need some clear and concise fucking footage, it looked like it was filmed with a damn belly button, bro. Filmed with a damn toenail or fucking potato wedge or some shit. Like, why is it never clear? Tighten the fuck up. Like, bro, it could be the most, like, shocking thing in the world, and then you look at it, and and the quality is so bad, you can't even tell what the fuck going on. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
My $600 computer and my state-of-the-art technology, I will be converting this terrible video into 4K resolution for the first time in history. Don't thank me. It's the least I could do.
Thanks.
Now, the reason why this UAP sighting can't be debunked is simply because there isn't any known craft that can perform these maneuvers. But it gets even crazier. The craft didn't release any heat while flying, which would be expected from any conventional propulsion system.
Right.
Then, of course, the obvious. Its shape. The craft didn't have wings, rotors, exhaust, and clearly no aesthetics. Yuck. The US government has confirmed that it has no explanation for what the craft is, how it moves, or where it comes from. So you're probably thinking, how can this sighting sit at the top of the list when there's actual video proof? Well, after years of being lied to, it's hard to believe anything the government tells us.
Facts.
It's not my fault that I ended up this way. It's theirs. Number 4, the Washington Flap. In July of 1952, Washington National Airport and Andrews Air Force Base detected fast-moving objects in the sky performing impossible maneuvers. The operators moved in to investigate. What they saw left them in shambles. The flying objects were seen hovering in place and instantly darting off in random directions. They made quick turns, sudden stops, vanished and reappeared unpredictably. But get this, the UAPs weren't just flying in random locations in the sky. They were flying directly over restricted airspace, directly over the White House and the surrounding Capitol buildings. This was a clear message. So naturally, the US sent fighter jets to confront the mysterious crafts. But they were easily outmaneuvered, disappearing when they approached and reappearing when the jets flew past them. Obviously, the UAPs knew they could never win in a fair head-to-head matchup. But here's where things get interesting. A Coast Guard officer managed to photograph these mysterious crafts. To this day, this photograph has never been debunked and remains unresolved. The scariest part of all this is that these objects didn't just show up for one night. They flew over Washington, D.C. for 4 nights.
What?
And were seen by thousands of people. In the coming days, countless newspapers printed thousands of articles exposing the event to the rest of the country. And as you can imagine, the general public didn't take the news well. It triggered a mass wave of fear, panic, and public anxiety. With public pressure growing, the CIA was forced to release a statement. The UFOs were an illusion produced by temperature inversion. As anxiety resumed, the government pivoted and simply reassured the public that the sightings were not hostile and did not represent a threat. Finally, an explanation.
And look how dumb. Look at how dumb the public is, bro. I feel like people are finally starting to wake up about the government, guys. I feel like it took years and years and years. I feel like people. This is y'all want me to tell y'all what I think. I think that people finally realize that the government isn't for anybody. Like I feel like people thought that the government was for them. I know if you black, you don't think the government is for you at all. Because if we want to talk about, drugs being dropped in the communities and like blah blah, we can get real deep about stuff like that. So black community doesn't think the government gives a shit about them, honestly. But maybe rich people do. Maybe rich people think the government actually gives a fuck about them and things of that nature, but it's clearly obvious they don't. They don't. So it's the fact that a situation like this, if you somebody who doesn't already trust the government, if they tell you, oh, it was just an illusion, you like, oh, you're full of shit. But if you someone that already trusts the government, yeah, it's my government and my vote and blah, 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 then you like, okay, yeah, thanks, government. Fuck out of here, bro.
They could understand. On the heels of that good news, people moved on, releasing countless books and films to profit from the event. Number 3, the Phoenix Lights. On March 13th, 1997, up to 20,000 people across Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico saw something in the sky that night that forever changed their lives. Around 7:30 p.m., a large V-shaped craft appeared flying overhead at low altitude. It had 5 to 7 bright round lights along its base and flew completely silent. Witnesses claimed the craft was enormous, spanning around a mile in length. Some even described that it felt like a floating city was flying overhead.
Wow.
For perspective, the largest known craft today has a wingspan of around 385 feet, or 117 meters, which means this craft would have been around 14 times larger than the largest craft on Earth.
Wow.
Later, while speaking to the news, some even claimed that the craft flew so low that night that they could have hit it with the ball, which we can all agree is a weird time to show off. The craft flew from Nevada and into Mexico before it disappeared into the sky around 10 p.m. After the event, many Air Force pilots, including the governor of Arizona, came out and said that they had never seen or heard of any aircraft like the one they saw on that night. Despite tremendous pressure, the U.S. government never issued an official statement about what flew through the sky that night. To this,
but yet, bro, this is why I don't talk, bro. This is what pissed me off about. People like try to say, oh, it's not that deep. Guys, I think life as like what we've known and what we've learned and like is all BS, bro. I ain't gonna lie. With the programming and the presidential stuff and it being rigged and sports being rigged and all and betting and bro, I feel like this is all some BS. It's all some BS. I feel like you should question everything, honestly. Like, and then the government just like, oh, like you sitting there waiting for your government to give you a statement about what happened, just so they can tell you some BS. You're like, oh, save us, what's going on? We want answers. And then it's like, since it's the government, whatever they say, you're gonna fucking believe it. And if not, they're gonna make you believe it. They control the media, bro.
Day, the event remains one of the greatest UAP mysteries in history. Number 2, the Belgian UFO wave. Typically, when UFO or UAP sightings occur, it's usually followed by intense cover-ups, threats, and misinformation. You just have to take a look at the Roswell incident, the Westall UFO encounter, the Hudson Valley UFO wave, and the US CSS Nostromo incident to see this pattern. But the Belgian UFO wave is one of the most interesting UFO encounters in history for a very unique reason. You see, the Belgian government was the first in history to be completely transparent, working hand in hand with citizens in an attempt to uncover the truth. From 1989 through 1990, there were over 13,500 reported UFO sightings across the country, with thousands of those leads being officially documented by the Belgian government. Information that was gathered was quickly shared with the general public in hopes of finding out who or what exactly was flying over the restricted airspace. Obviously, there are way too many UFO sightings to cover here, so I'll just talk about their largest and most famous sighting, the Eupen sighting. On November 29th, 1989, around 5:30 p.m., 2 Belgian police officers were on patrol on the outskirts of Eupen when out of nowhere, a giant triangle craft appeared in the sky flying overhead at low altitude. The craft had bright circular lights underneath each corner, with a red light in the center, and it flew completely silently. The 2 officers followed the craft as it slowly worked its way into town. Once it arrived, it hovered above Eupen for about 45 minutes before it once again began to move.
What?
It slowly flew towards a nearby remote lake, where it hovered in place for around an hour before disappearing past the forest and into the horizon. But here's where things get even creepier. Back in town, a second similar craft appeared, seemingly following the same path as the first, before vanishing past the forest as well. Sightings like this one were not rare and occurred hundreds, if not thousands of times within the span of a year. But towards the end of 1990, the sightings began to slow significantly. The conclusion the government reached after thousands of reports and hundreds of investigations was that whatever these crafts were, they were unlike anything known to exist. To this day, the government still wants answers about what exactly they all saw. Number 1, the aerial school encounter. This is easily one of the most interesting, scary, and most bizarre encounters I've ever read about. On September 16th, 1994, in Rua, Zimbabwe, around 250 children were outside playing during morning recess, while the adults were inside having a faculty meeting. Little did anyone know that on that day, these children's lives would never be the same. Multiple silver crafts instantly appeared in the sky right above them. For a few moments, the crafts faded and reappeared in different locations before descending into a nearby field beyond the playground. As many of the children ran into the school in complete fear, others decided to walk towards the landing site as it was just beyond the school grounds. As they arrived, many of the children were instantly traumatized by what they saw. Laying in the field was an oval flying saucer that was about the size of a small bus. But that wasn't all. Standing next to and on top of the craft were two gray aliens around 3 feet tall, with large black eyes and small mouths. Both were wearing skin-tight black suits. The one on top of the ship was walking around as if it were inspecting the craft, while the other was standing beside it, staring directly at the children. This is when the alien on the floor began to slowly approach them, before disappearing and returning back to its starting position. It did this multiple times. Some children described it as if time itself was repeating, bending, or standing still. This is when many of the children received the exact same message telepathically. The aliens seemed frustrated, warning them that humans were the ones to blame for destroying the planet. Some of the children received the message with visions of the planet being destroyed, while others just felt an overwhelming sadness and a sense of urgency over the well-being of the planet. A few moments later, the aliens and the aircraft instantly vanished. Meanwhile, the children who had stormed into the school were still attempting to convince the adults of what had happened. Of course, they all believed the kids were playing a prank. But once the rest of the kids arrived, it was obvious that whatever they saw left them traumatized, shaken, and in shock. Seeing this, the principal instructed all of the kids to draw what they saw. These are those drawings. Obviously, this is the only drawing that can't be trusted. As you can tell, the majority of the drawings are strikingly similar, while those who approached the landing site drew the same two aliens and ship. Keep in mind that many of the children were in different classes, as their ages ranged from 6 to 12 years old. After the incident, many of the students took weeks off from school to recover from what they had witnessed that day.
Wow.
Some never returned. To this day, over 30 years later, all of those children, now adults, still stand by their statements and
Bro, look at the nigga that's sitting behind me. Why they make him like a fucking chicken nugget, bro? But, dog, hey, man. Yeah, bro. I was just about to say that because this happened in 1994. These people are still alive and, like, mentally capable of, like, explaining what happened. From ages to 7, 12 years old to 12 years old. Bro, what? Let me know, bro. Y'all believe in aliens, bro? Y'all believe in aliens? Bro, I don't know. After watching this video, bro, I'm thinking, bro, They said the alien was fucking like time morphing or some shit. Dog. And is this why we get the whole? Cause you know how when people draw aliens, it's always the same like big head with the dark black eyes and shit. Is that where we get this from? Is it from these kids? who said that they seen it and like drew it or whatever? Is that where we get it from? In like movies and things of that nature? Probably. That's crazy, bro. We might have to watch a video on these people talk about an update, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
And what they witnessed that day. Not a single one of them has ever came out and said that this was a hoax or an elaborate prank of any kind. Now, if only someone could have told the aliens that there are a lot nicer places they could have landed before slandering the entire human race and calling our planet a dump.
Damn, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, bro. This is very, very informative, guys. It's aliens out there. Y'all believe that? I believe it. I believe it, bro. Ain't no telling what's in this universe. I question everything, man. For real. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And what I'm gonna do, catch you in the next video. Bye.